Welcome to Open Mic. Hold on a second, I'm trying to put together a trade. Brooklyn Nets, I will trade you the Supreme Court, $295, 3 Union Station bathrooms, a Metro car filled with crab legs, and Raul Neto for Kevin Durant. Oh, not enough. I gotta throw in some more stuff, maybe some picks. Welcome to Open Mic. We like to start the show with some stories or take on a story you won't get anywhere else. I grew up in gorgeous Prince George's and live in the district, so you know these jokes come from a place of love, or so you think. Let's start things off in the district, where Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson was sworn in today, officially making her the first black woman to serve on the Supreme Court.
Now, on behalf of all of the members of the court, I am pleased to welcome Justice Jackson to the court and to our common calling.
Congratulations, Justice Jackson. It's officially official. Is it real? Is it really real? It's real. I'm happy for her, but after last week, she is entering a very tense work environment. You know what? I'm gonna need America to stop having black firsts immediately after something chaotic. We got our first black president after a historic recession. Now Justice Jackson is walking into the aftermath of Roe v. Wade being overturned, amongst numerous other questionable rulings. I have no doubt that she's going to do amazing things as a justice, but she's walking into all of that on day one. If my first day at WSA 9 was that crazy, I'd have left work and never came back. That's a lot to deal with before you even know where the clean bathrooms are. Once again, if anybody's up to the task, it is Ketanji Brown Jackson. Congratulations. But America, stop it. We're staying in D.C. for this next story, where all lanes of D.C. 295, just recently rejected in my Kevin Durant trade proposal, are back open following a long closure due to wet tar on the roadway.
Crews were actually repaving this stretch of the roadway when they had this huge issue. DDOT saying they received several calls of cars that got stuck in this pavement overnight. Take a look at some of these pictures. Drivers telling us their tires were covered in the tar, destroyed after driving through this work zone. This happened to about a dozen cars around 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon.
Oh, look at my girl, Nicole D'Antonio. She grows up and she grows up and she grows up. I remember her first day on Get Up DC. Give Nicole an award for reporting next to a hot tar machine and moving vehicles. Hey, she's out here reporting from the DDOT trenches. Those couldn't have been my tires, because if they were, I'm suing everybody. I'm showing up to court in a wheelchair with a neck brace, even if there wasn't an accident. My neck, my back. DC's gonna pay me for messing up my ride. I need those road workers to figure this out so it never happens again. Nobody wants to have to drive and think, you know what? You think this highway is done? I think it could use a little bit more time in the oven. Undercooked roads sound more dangerous than salmonella. Finally, we're taking a trip to Moscow for this last story. Russian President Vladimir Putin returned fire at Western leaders who made fun of him for being shirtless. Hey, I know that pain. Saying they would look disgusting with their shirts off. Ah, yes, the immortal image of shirtless Putin on a horse, also known as the equestrian version of doing too much. Now, British Prime Minister Boris Johnson joked that G7 leaders could take their clothes off to show that we're tougher than Putin, while Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau quipped that leaders could put on a bare-chested horseback riding display to silence Putin. By the way, Putin responded saying, I don't know how they wanted to get undressed above or below the waist, but I think it would be a disgusting sight in any case. Ooh-wee! My boy came with that fire. If I didn't know better, I'd have thought he worked his way through the cauldron that was Walker Mill Middle School. He got some skills. Putin may be a despot on the wrong side of history, but my man can jump. I'm not getting into a battle of wits and words with my man at all, because nobody wants to see these guys take their shirts off and have a pose down, by the way. Hopefully it stays as a battle of words. My left eye just twitched in horror thinking about said pose down. Plus, this image of Putin is from 2009. We have no idea what COVID bod Putin looks like. God, please let this be the end of it, because I'm not trying to see dictator pecs on my timeline. My favorite story? Come on. You know it's world leaders talking about each other's man boobs. That is how petty international relations are in 2022. You know what? I blame Twitter.